What's good, y'all? This your girl Gibbs. Welcome back to the channel. I'm about to tell y'all the funny story of how I got fired from Arby's. Before I get into it, let me just say that if you happen to be under the age of 18, this video is not for you. If you happen to have very sensitive ears to swearing, or verily just person that only told your Bible on Sunday, and you can't stand to hear the words like hoe, cunt, fuck, shit, motherfucker, asshole, bitch, nigga, pussy, dick, cracker, faggot, dyke, all of that right there, this video is not for you. You can go ahead and X out of this video. But anyways, I used to work at Arby's in a small town, country ass town called Eustis, Florida. This was back when I was 23, 24, in that range, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get my own apartment, so I needed to, you know, work two jobs. At the time, I was working at Arby's as well as a gas station, Sunoco, in Leesburg, Florida. But anyways, I got fired from Arby's, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I got fired from Arby's. So I used to be the one that slices the meat, you know what I'm saying? We had like a saw there that actually sliced through the roast beef, because you know it's like a big thing of roast beef that you have to slice through, as well as other meats like, you know, turkey, ham, you know, for the sandwiches and stuff. It's like deli size slices and things like that. So anyways, you know, you slice the meat and you weigh the meat to however amount that the sandwich requires and things like that. So I started off, you know, working. This was a morning shift, which starts at 11 o'clock, because, you know, Arby's don't open up for breakfast. They normally serve lunch and stuff, so, you know, I had to be there like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and, you know, we open up at 11 o'clock. But anyways, this manager that used to work there too, his name was William, y'all. Motherfucker just had issues. Like, he was a weird ass white man. I'm telling y'all, something was off with this motherfucker, and I could never put my finger on it, but I always knew how to be cordial to this bitch, you feel me? So I'm working, you know, I started open up, and when you open up, you know, of course you clock in, but you don't get directly to work. You just prep and all that other stuff. You're not worrying about customers, right? Their policy is to not chew gum, you know, but everybody there chewed gum. And I'm talking about even when they're open, when customers, you know, worked. Even William ass chewed gum. So I already knew that I was not gonna, you know, chew the gum and work at the same time, because I knew what the policy was. So being that I opened up and there's no customers, like we didn't open up for the customers, we was just prepping and stuff, I was prepared to throw my gum out when it's time to open up for the customers. This motherfucker must have got out of the wrong side of the bed, y'all. He started fucking with me about chewing the gum, and I'm like, we're not even open yet. And he was like, yeah, but you clocked in. And it was like the way he was wording it, and I can't even remember the verbatim of how he was wording it, but me and this man was like back and forth arguing over how him, as well as other employees, chew all the gum they want, even when it's, you know, open to the public. But now, you know, it's me that already said I was going to spit my gum out before we open up, you know, just prepping and everything. And he's coming to fuck with me. So I end up throwing the gum out, right? And, you know, he was still talking shit about the shit. You feel me? Like, it was over with. I threw the gum out, you know. He told me that he was going to write me up and all this stuff. I stopped. Y'all know I talk shit. I stay talking shit. But I stopped talking shit to him, because I kind of figured that something was off with him that day. And I already said I'm going to talk to the manager of the store. Her name was Laura, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I already said I was going to talk to the manager of the store when she comes about this incident. So, he kept talking. He just kept talking about it. Mind you, we still haven't opened up yet. And I just got frustrated at him about him talking about it. I'm like, damn, William, let the shit go. Let it go. I put the gum out. Why the fuck is you still talking about this shit? You feel me? And so he got to the point to where he told me to clock out. Go home. So I clocked out and I went home. The next day, Laura called me in and she said that she wanted to get my side of the story. Now, Laura, I'm going to tell y'all something about her. I always kind of thought her and William was fucking. I'm not sure. But, it was like some type of favoritism. That's why that bitch had that position. Like, he actually just got that position, too. And, Laura was like, I want to hear your side of the story. And I told her what went on. And, she said that he said that I end up, getting belligerent with him. And, he sent me home for insubordination. And I was like, okay, Laura, let me tell you something. I was quiet the whole time, just prepping and everything. And he just kept going after the fact. After I spit the shit out, he just kept on going. And then I just got tired of him continuing to badger me about this here one motherfucking subject. And we're not even open to the public yet. It's not like I'm sitting up there smacking in front of a customer's ear and he had to pull me to the side and tell me to spit my shit out. I'm prepping for us to open. We're not even open yet. And she was like, but the issue is you were on the clock. And I'm like, but everybody in this motherfucker chew gum. I don't get it. Everybody in here chew gum. So she was, I kind of figured that she already made her decision before I even sat down, before, I even, was fired. She already made her decision to fire me. Like, I felt like she could have just skipped me explaining my side of what went on. And, being that there was no witnesses, it's just me and him. It's like his word against my word. So she was like, she's going to have to fire me for insubordination. And if I want to have an appeal or whatever, I can talk to the general manager, y'all. Let me just say this. By the time I got to the general manager to talk about what happened, because I wanted to keep my job. I wanted to move out of my mom's house at that time. Like I said, I was 23 or 24. So I wanted to move out. And, of course, I wanted my job. But when about time that I spoke to the general manager, it was like she got everybody's side, his side, Laura's side of me and her conversation, and she just felt like, me being fired was justifiable. That's how she felt. So I just didn't feel like it was justifiable. And I worked for Arby's for like a year and a half. So, and again, William never had that position until like recently. Like, he had that position probably for like a good month or so. So I decided, my mom, she was like telling me to, try to get unemployment at the time while I look for a job. Give me a minute, y'all. So I tried to get unemployment, and unemployment said that they denied it because, it was for insubordination and I got fired, and, and they told me that if I wanted to do appeal, they would do like a court, like a, how could I say, a trial with him on one end and me on one end. They're going to call both of us like a three-way, and all of us get to say like our parts or what happened that day. Y'all, don't you know this motherfucker told these people that he felt threatened because I was standing by the goddamn saw, that cuts the fucking meat and shit. Now, let me tell y'all about this motherfucking, this here damn, cutter machine or whatever. This bitch is like drilled into the damn table. There's no way I could pick this bitch up and, threaten this man, or, we were, getting into it by the damn, meat cutter and shit, but there was no way he should have felt threatened, because, like I said, the shit is drilled into the motherfucking table. I couldn't pick the shit up to fucking cut this bitch, and he's a goofy ass motherfucker, because I know for a fact if I would have cut that motherfucker, nothing but goof juice would have poured out of that bitch. But, that's besides the point. How in the fuck do you feel threatened because we fucking going into it about some fucking gum by a fucking meat cutter that's drilled in the table? Who the fuck could feel threatened by that. The blade has a blade protector, y'all, on the fucking saw. And, you know, I don't know if y'all ever seen, like, how Publix cut their meat in their deli and shit. That's how in the fuck we cut our meat at Arby's and shit. How in the fuck do you feel threatened? So, at that point, you know, you know, it was his time to talk and shit. At that point, I had enough till I started cutting this bitch out. I kind of forgot that, you know, these motherfuckers are gonna, you know, this is my appeal. They're judging what's going on. It's like we having our little, you know, court session over the phone and shit. I forgot their ass was listening. I went the fuck off on William ass. How in the fuck do your ass feel threatened? And the shit is, come on now. Come on now. And it wasn't even that serious for us to even, you know what I'm saying, have a fucking fight. I'm not gonna fight you. You're a fucking man. I'm not even gonna fight you. How the fuck you felt threatened? I don't get it, y'all. Something wrong with some fucking white people. And I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. But I think because we have this fucking attitude and all this and other shit, you know, that we become off to be more aggressive than their ass is. And they feel like we can't say what the fuck is on our mind because they're our fucking, you know, upper authority. You know, they're the ones that hired our ass and can fire our ass and shit. And he had, you know, he was already smelling his motherfucking shit, you know, at the time that he got his position. And me and him really never did get along. Like, I never really fucked with him like that. When he was just a regular employee like me, I never really fucked with him because, like I said, he was one goofy ass motherfucker. And he just was off. Something was always off about his ass. I'm talking about this motherfucker used to wear his pants all the way up to the fucking, you know, like right, you know how my titties is. His pants used to be way the fuck up here and shit. That's how the fuck he come to work. And you know, it's a fucking policy for us to always have our shirts tucked in our pants and shit. And like I said, before we open up to the public, I was, you know, just comfortable old Erica. So sometimes I used to come to work without having my shirt tucked in and shit, and I'll tuck it in when it's time to clock the fuck, not clock in, but when it's time to open up for the public and shit. He was mentioning that shit on the damn phone with these people and shit, and you know what? I kind of just said, fuck it, because I know I'm already, you know, denied for this here unemployment. Just fuck this whole case, because it doesn't even make sense to fight this bitch. And I already am coming off as belligerent over the fucking phone, because this motherfucker felt threatened. At least he said he felt threatened. And I don't see how in the fuck his ass could feel threatened by a fucking blade that's fucking drilled in the motherfucking table. Meat cutter, my bad, a meat cutter that's drilled in the motherfucking table that has a fucking protector over the blade. For real, bitch. Like, for real. Needless to say, for every fucking bad thing that happened in my life, good shit started happening. You know, God is good, because I got a better job. I started working at Sprint. I got paid actually double than what I was getting paid at damn Arby's. It wasn't no minimum wage. It was like, you know, like I said, double than what I was paying at getting paid at Arby's, because, you know, it was more of a professional job and more of a professional environment. So, you know, it was like right after, like maybe 2 weeks after I got fired, y'all. It was like so good. And you know how they want you to use references and stuff. I said, fuck Arby's. I had 2 jobs at the time because I was working at Sunoco. I used Sunoco as the reference of where I was working at. And I always was a great person because I'm good with customers and shit. So, you know, they gave me a good reference. And, you know, I didn't even put Arby's on my motherfucking application at all. And I got that job, and I worked that job for like 4 or 5 years, you know what I'm saying, before they shut that shit down and shit. But yeah, that's the story about me getting fired from motherfucking Arby's, the fucking roast beef people with William goofy ass. And I don't know what, you know, where he's at in his life right now. But William, I don't remember your last name, but if your goofy ass watching this shit right now, you bitch, you thought that you was doing some shit. You thought that you was taking some shit away from me. But actually, it just left space for more blessings. You feel me? So fuck U. William and Arby's, because I don't fuck with y'all motherfuckers. Ever since then, y'all, I didn't even eat not one roast beef sandwich from them motherfuckers. And I'm talking about every Arby's, not just that Arby's, every Arby's. Anyways, this is your girl, yes. I'll holler at y'all motherfuckers later. Bye.